What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and didn't expect it to be a double upload day. I was thinking of doing some double uploads, but this one just happened to work well. Uploaded my regular video at 8 PM and then I was at the gym and about half 8ish, quarter past 8, something like that. Still City Interactive dropped another little clip of gameplay from Undisputed. Now, of course, you guys have seen plenty of gameplay, at least from the beta with Gatti and Ward and Alish and Harper, but this is Joe Frazier and Rocky Marciano, and this is a pretty nice little clip to be honest. So I'm going to show you guys it a couple of times as always, and then we're going to do a little breakdown, just deep dive into some things, and yeah, to be honest, I'm quite impressed with the clip, and it's great to see Joe Frazier in-game because we haven't seen him for so long. We saw him a long time ago, but we haven't seen him for ages. And to be honest, I like this clip. You know, a bit of brawling, but these fighters are known for that. So here you go right now. I'll show it to you guys before we jump into it.
If there's no one there to do anything out of turn.
You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead in your chest and pound away.
If there's no one there to do anything out of turn.
You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills.
Anyway, we've got Rocky backed up again in the corner. We've got Joe Frazier applying the pressure. One thing you guys will notice right away is we have got this block from Joe Frazier. We have got the, I don't know what you would call it. What is that block actually called? It's not called textbook peekaboo block. I can't remember what the name of that block is off by heart, but you guys can see it right off the rip. We also actually see some boot on these legends. Of course, I do have Rocky Marciano boots wrong here. They should, I believe, be black boots with white laces as opposed to white boots with black laces. But that's just something to address there quickly. But you see both men in their old school gloves, both men in their old school shorts. And I think this is the first time we've ever seen this unique block from Joe Frazier, because we addressed this in the Nigel Benn gameplay. We didn't want to see fighters that block like this in the Philly shell, and we don't want to see fighters that block like this with their hands down like Sonny Edwards. We want to see accurate blocks. So this is the first time we've seen this, which I really like. We can also see right away Joe Frazier and Rocky Marciano are both cut. They both have a bad cut over the eyebrow. We can't see what round this is, unfortunately, but we see that both men are cut. So let's hope it's not too late into the round, or into the fight, I should say. So let's get into the core aspects of gameplay. As always, guys, if you see me looking down, I am looking down at my phone. It's because it's easier for me to scroll and slow it down. We see Rocky Marciano load up with a big lead hook, which kind of goes over the guard of Joe Frazier to hit him on that eyebrow. Joe's block is very good for straight shot defense, but Rocky Marciano just sinks it over the guard. And I really like that in this game, that you can go over or through or behind the guard. I really like that. So we see that first shot land. Joe gets his guard up just in time. It doesn't matter. Rocky Marciano sinks it over the top of the guard. And Joe goes back to his defensive ways, tries to drop down low and gets hit with just a little body shot to the side. And then Rocky Marciano loads up again and misses because Joe pulls back. And then again, Rocky Marciano throws a big shot, which Joe Frazier goes under. And then we see a big fat uppercut followed by the hook for Joe Frazier. So there's a lot happening. There's a lot of defensive work being done by Joe here. So if we skip the punch that goes over the guard, and then we see he takes a body shot and then he pulls back for the hook. That hook's kind of funny. It kind of tracks down to the waist, which is a bit odd. Not really sure about that one. But then after here, we see some nice gameplay. We see him go under the hook, and then we see him come up with the uppercut. I really like that because he's coming up with the uppercut from the crouched position. Now he's rolling under the hooks, and he comes up with a heavy uppercut and comes over the top with a nasty hook, goes back under another hook, and comes up with a big counter uppercut, completely throwing Marciano off his game, and coming over the top with a nasty hook, sinking both men, sink a body shot. Frazier comes back over the top with another hook that kind of grazes the chest, and that is the end of the clip. So just in those few seconds, we are seeing a lot of defensive work from Joe Frazier. We're seeing a great use of uppercuts. We've all addressed it. You guys have addressed it in my comments, saying, why is no one using the uppercuts? I've addressed it, saying the uppercuts were weak, not worth using. However, we are seeing here, if I show you guys not only the counter uppercut, but the first uppercut, we see it being useful, and then the counter uppercut right after that, we see it completely throw Marciano off his game. He is loading something up, and that counter uppercut clearly throws him off his game like that, which I just love to see. All in all, I think this is a good clip. It is, like I said, it is interesting to see shots go over Joe's guard like that, which I do honestly like, and hitting that that sore eyebrow. I like seeing that block for the first time. I like seeing Joe in his boots and his shorts. Of course, Rocky Marciano's boots aren't quite correct, and we do see a funky punch. But then we do see some good head movement, followed by some good shots. And to be honest, all in all, I'm pretty impressed with it, to be honest. I like it as a whole. I like the use of the uppercuts here. They actually do seem useful. And it's good to see, you know, not only not just center ring, but seeing Rocky Marciano backed up in the corner, and then Joe having to use smart defense to create that offense instead of just slugging it out with him. I really like that they're still posting these clips. Of course, you know, we've seen a lot of gameplay, but I still like this because we haven't been able to use Joe Frazier, Rocky Marciano in game. So it's good to see, and maybe this is a hint towards what the next beta will be. Maybe we'll get Joe Frazier and Rocky Marciano, and we'll be able to use this block in game. And then you've got two good brawlers, two good sluggers, two hard hitters in game, and I like it. I feel like with these two, though, you are going to get that same matchup as Gatti versus Ward. How many of you guys are going to use Joe Frazier to jab round? You're just not. So that's why I'm still... While this would be cool, I think you're going to get a lot of the same matchup. You're going to get people swinging hooks, swinging uppercuts, because you are heavy hitting, inside fighting brawlers in the heavyweight division. That's what you're going to get. So I would like maybe not to see these fighters for the next beta, but if that's what they're choosing to do, then I don't mind, because I think both these models look awesome. I think Joe Frazier's block and his fighter model in general looks absolutely fantastic. I like the defensive awareness that we see from Joe Frazier here to land his shots, and then again another defensive awareness to then land that big counter uppercut. As not only does Rocky Marciano loading up, he drops his body weight and gets right corked in the head with it. And we actually see as that shot lands, then Joe Frazier comes right back over the top with that backhand hook. They both sink body shots, a little farty shot to the shoulder, and we see at the end Rocky Marciano is loading up with something else, but of course they can't just keep showing us constant minutes of it during these little clips. But like I said, I didn't honestly think they would post these anymore. I thought this would be it as we've played, but it is great to see. I hope we see more. I hope the next one, if I had to choose what the next one was, I know we've seen something similar, but I'd love to see in this, if they're going to do it in this TikTok version, I'd like to see nice wide camera angle, Wilder unloading that massive straight shot down the pipe, knocking someone out cold. That's what I'd like to see. But all in all, not a bad clip. OSAT, guys, I know that we've been able to play, but this is still that beta point, things aren't going to be perfect, but to me, I'm not seeing anything that's like visually unappealing. I'm not seeing any horrendous bugs other than that shot by Rocky Marciano that kind of grazes down like this. Like, I'm not quite sure what that was supposed to be, but that could be because he was aiming for the head, Joe pulls back, and the shot carries on going down that way. You could argue it's that he sees Joe going down, so he goes to launch kind of an overhand to like here, and as Joe pulls back, it grazes the belly and chest of Joe Frazier. So I suppose you could say it like that. But either way, I think it's a nice clip. Like I said, great to see Joe, great to see Rocky. And yeah, overall, I like it. I think it's honestly one of the better clips. I feel like we are very critical of the clips because we've seen such shit in the past. That Crawford and Gatti one, the punch reaction on that was terrible. The Wilder and Adelaide one was decent. And then we got one like the Sugar Ray Robinson one, which was good. Then we got the Katie Taylor one, which was also good. We got the Kid Galahad referee checking him out, which was awesome. And now this, which I think is really solid. I do think people are way too overcritical for a game that most people aren't going to be playing until full release. But I think criticism always helps a game succeed, in all honesty. But that's the key, criticism. I don't think, we still do see comments of that's trash, and if that's you, then don't bother watching. You know what to expect. But overall, I like the clip, and I think this was maybe their way of saying uppercuts are useful. We're fixing it. We promise, because I never got a reaction to a counter uppercut like that in my 3 days of playing the beta. And I tried, guys. I tried to land counter uppercuts. And even when they were counter uppercuts, it was just like a wet fart across the face. Whereas that, bang, throws Rocky Marciano off his game. He's loading up and he gets caught. He then goes back to this position because he's been hit. He doesn't want to throw again. Gets hit again with another shot. So it not only stops what he's doing, but it leaves him for a big opening, which I really like. But yeah, great to see some corner action, some defensive to offensive work. all in all, a good clip. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe. Let me know if you guys want to see more daily uploads. And I've also had a few comments about will I be playing some older games again. Yes, I'm going to be going back to some older Fight Nights that I really enjoy. You won't see Fight Night Champion here. It's not a game that I enjoy. But you will be seeing some older Fight Nights, some older UFCs, and some older MMA games, and maybe older boxing games in general. But anyways, thanks as always for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.